Welcome back, everybody. We're all alive here at the Beyond the Summit studio. We've got Game 3 decider of eHug and Root for Root. It's time now. Winner of this will go through the winner bracket final. Winner of this playoff, 4-team double elimination playoff, we've got Snar, or now known as Team Fire, as well as Leviathans, will be going to Kiev, competing for over $100,000. And it all comes down, well, to these 2 days. Today we've got winner bracket round 1, loser bracket round 1, and then tomorrow we've got the loser bracket final and grand final coming your way. So, guys, here we go. Once again, joined by KOTLguy.
Let's do it, baby. eHug, they are going to be short Infinity. Okay. Now, all we know is from what we saw in the last game, apparently there was an emergency, and one of his teammates said it might have been something related to his grandma.
Yep.
So, obviously, we're going to give him, our best vibes, best juju out there to hope everything is okay, because that's what matters and that's what comes first. And eHug are going to push on without their Infinity brother, the former Infinity stack is just going to be the stack with an addition of Supercell stepping in. Supercell was put in a bit of an awkward position, of course, last game. Yep. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Razor. We got these items. We were just taken down, and our team is already at a bit of a disadvantage, so hopefully we can bring it back. But now he's going to be able to have a fresh start at the beginning of this matchup here, and eHug go into their draft picking up the Elder Titan Brewmaster. They ban out that Omni Knight if they're not going to have first pick. They certainly don't want Root Gaming having it, so they remove it there in the Storm Spirit. Root Gaming pick up Vengeful Spirit Puck, which is pretty much the first two picks they had in game number 1, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Sumail is just all about the puck today.
And once again, we see the follow-up Drow ban, but this time with a Venomancer, which was definitely one of the problem heroes, I would say, from that game too. Chicken MC was just not someone you could really kill unless you invest a lot of heroes, and if you're doing that, well, then suddenly more things catching up on his farm. So you got to really make a decision as far as who you're ganking, who you're prioritizing, shutting down, and Venomancer can really make you second-guess a lot of those decisions when he's constantly pressuring towers and just is so... He can solo defend towers from like 3 to 4 heroes that are pushing. Is probably one of the most insane parts about this hero, so...
We'll see now the Dazzle be pulled out. We saw a lot of hot, trendy Dazzle action at the Summit 2 land portion, especially from the hands of someone like Puppy, going with a really maxed like poison kind of a build before building into Shallow Grave. I've still seen it resubmerge since then. More teams kind of prioritizing a bit more defense, going strong babysit, which, I think kind of fits the playstyle of Root Gaming a lot, considering they have Yawar, who loves to just farm and farm and farm. If he doesn't get his morph, it could be AM, it could be Medusa. Seems to be some of his top grabs right there. So having a Dazzle nearby as your babysitter, being able to get that extra bit of sustain certainly doesn't hurt. And, well, the armor synergy also builds up pretty nicely between both Dazzle and Vengeful Spirit. Either of them can pick up a nice medallion, and with its new buff, you're able to cast it on allies.
Yeah.
There's been pro players I know for sure has also said maybe even the possibility of 2 medallions in one game. Do you think there's any sort of value there at all, or does it just kind of seem like a bit of a niche, silly pick? I mean, you can always,
I guess if both your supports each get one, I don't think there's many core heroes where you want to fill an item slot with like a 1k gold item. But if you have 2 supports like Dazzle Venge, you could very well go for it. I think it kind of depends how things pan out. Generally, you want one to have an urn, one to have something like the medallion. So
I guess it's neat if, like, maybe for pub play, if you're a support and you're going for a medallion, you realize the other one already got it, and it's like, hey, well, at least we can find some use out of it there. I can provide a bit of a positive armor for your negative, a yin-yang. Now Disruptor, going to be grabbed up here from eHug. It's been a support they've gone to every once in a while, and he received a nice set of buffs this patch. I'm a big Disruptor kind of a guy. Pretty much all of his skills, with the exception of Thunderstrike, got beefed up in a little ways. Glimpse's cooldown was nerfed down. The mana cost, I think, is one of the biggest things that was taken down a bit. It doesn't cost 160 at level 1 anymore. It's a flat 100. So when you have to combine that together already with maybe a Thunderstrike or a Kinetic Field, you have more mana to work with. But regardless, he's a playmaker, and he can get some great isolation plays. And, well, now that the Doom is brought up, he's a kind of a guy with able to get a luxury Agnum Scepter. He can counter back with an AoE Doom himself. So I love the grab, and Root, they've already responded back with a Doom themselves.
Yeah, I feel eHug is very ultimate reliant with this lineup so far. It's like fighting around the Brewmaster Disruptor ultimates. They don't really have any ability to apply more constant pressure, and Wraith King's going to be the pickup, I guess, as their safe lane farming carry here. I still feel like there's some gaps in this lineup, which maybe means we will be seeing that Brewmaster off lane, and they get some kind of good tempo control for the mid lane who has those like constant fight kind of abilities that we like to see. Kind of, I think SN7 in the game 1 with the gyrocopter, just being able to be a real pest around the map, really kind of suits their style more than having like this, every 2 minutes you can fight with your ultimate kind of hero.
Yeah. Which is interesting because based around that disruptor, Wraith King is kind of a hero who loves long-winded engagements. Brewmaster's fine with that as well. His split has a long duration to work with, and of course Elder Titan with that natural order would love to be involved as quick as possible. You know, we've also seen grabs like Necro, when these are kind of heroes that really love long-winded engagements that they can really capitalize on. So we'll see what eHug look to reach for next. Wraith King looks like ideally, like you said, a possible core position. But we'll see where they go from there. On the other side, Root Squad now got their 5th grab at the ready. eHug had banned out that anti-mage, so we'll see Yawar, potential pickup for him here. You still got your AM, you still got your Medusa. Just seem to be the top 2 that stand out to me as far as his play style and what he likes to go for.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Morphling gets a lot harder countered by the Elder Titan, which is where I think eHug are happy to leave it still in the pool. You still can split push a lot, but his actual ability to fight is very diminished when he has that Elder Titan aura on him. So maybe look more towards something like the Medusa here, where you've got the Mana Shield as a defensive capabilities, but not an easy game for any kind of carry here when you're against an Elder Titan. It's going to be the PA. So evasion always going to be there until we see MKBs, which who's actually going MKB on this eHug side. Wraith King maybe as like a 3rd or 4th item, but the evasion not really counted, not counted at all by the Elder Titan aura.
Yeah, and remember, this could also be an offlane brew. They did play it in the first game. NJW picked it up and went to the offlane with it, and we could see a core Wraith King and then still a potential mid laner to be picked up here. And eHug could have the advantage to know that they're going against a puck, but really, what is there that could be taking on a puck that's that much better than what a Brewmaster can offer is really the big question here. So we'll see where the roles will lie, and of course with Supercell now hopping in, and we questioned if he was even a Razor player or not. Maybe he's a support player, and they could change things around on that front. We really never know.
Wraith King's probably a good hero to fit the stand-in player type into. Like, you just farm it up, get your early levels, go your Midas Blink type play, and initiate here and there when you need to. So
Midas Blink, come on, Radiance, baby, the Leviathan way.
Oh, the Shredder,
insta Sacred Relic, Radiance, Majesty build. You never really know. Maybe some of these NA teams are getting a bit trendy off each other, but that is a go-to we do see from Leviathan from time to time, and we could see it even later today, but it's going to be a Sand King, so there's going to be their secondary support grab.
So maybe Elder Titan becomes a core?
Yeah, it looks like offlane Elder Titan going to be here for eHug, the role that Elder Titan had been touting for so long, and now it's all about the support style, but he's going to be going on back, and we're going to get the luxury of seeing a Sand King. So more of a greedy kind of support there, great gap closer, but once he finds his way in his farm, he can put together a nice Blink Dagger, and we'll see how much team impact he can have in this matchup here of Root Gaming taking on eHug for game number 3. Winner moves on in the Starladder America Season 11 playoffs. Loser will be shoved on down to the lower bracket.
All right, well, to introduce things, to start things off on the Radiant side, tied 1 apiece. Root Gaming going to be having Chicken MC on the Vengeful Spirit. Normally the offlaner for this team, as we've seen so far, but it looks like he may be switching over to a support role here in the final game. We've got your boy JC on the Dazzle. We've got Yawar playing the Phantom Assassin in the safe lane farms. As always, on the mid lane puck, and taking over the offlane duties. It's going to be Tralf on the Doombringer for Team Root.
Yeah, so they are switching it up indeed here. eHug, Radiant side. It's going to be Lust playing his Disruptor. Just nearby, we are going to have Supercell, the stand-in now for Infinity himself. He's going to be playing that Wraith King. Mid lane's going to be picked up from SN on his Brewmaster. Nearby, you got MJW playing the off-lane Elder Titan, and that will leave on the other side of the world, Sna going to be playing your support Sand King.
All right, well, top rune looks to be complete eHug control. Bottom rune completely on the Root side, as Elder Titan is nearby at least for that one, but he's not even going to make a play for it. Doesn't want to put himself in any sort of precarious position. So 1 bounty rune apiece, Wraith King and Dazzle. Get that nice little chunk of XP and money to get things started. And we'll see how things progress from here as far as the lanes are concerned. It looks like both teams will be running that standard, just solo offlaner. MJW leaves his boots behind. He's doing this no boots block, which is generally kind of the preferred way to go for this, as he's going to have to go pick up those boots later on. But for now,
lets the range creep through. Yep. Beautiful technique.
Good technique, but easy counter, as we'll see your boy JC make. Oh, actually, no. The range creep actually... weird block from Yawar. You don't want your range creep going out as it did, but the equilibrium will be preserved.
And this is now going to be a very difficult lane for MJW.
Yeah.
He's just going to snag some CS with that Astral, but more importantly, try not to hand over any unnecessary kills. And I'd imagine Uwar is just going to have his time to farm up all he wants here on the bottom lane. Mid lane, it's going to be Puck against Brew. A bit of a wash. Brew should be able to find some respected CS. Sumail is well warmed up on this Puck, however, so look for him to be able to bring a lot himself. And it looks like the off lane is already going to be a bit of a small sacrifice. Trout just heads himself into the jungle where he can still find some reliable farm, and probably the smart choice because he's not going to get a lot in the off lane.
Yeah.
Unlike the Elder Titan, doesn't have the option to just kind of go back to the jungle. MJW is going to have to truck it on out.
Yeah, I like the decision from Trout. He's just going to potentially feed away kills and he's not going to slow down the Wraith King farm at all. So doesn't need to be there. MJW is getting a decent amount.
Trout's creeping on him here.
Yeah, and he's got a hoof stop. He's managed to get himself, or the wall stomp I should say. He gets the stun off, but they need a follow-up. Can he tango through Chicken MC? Gets the stun. You need body blocks from this, so that's the only way they're getting this kill, and MJW's boots should be okay.
Yeah, he's going to run this one out. I don't know if he had the time to get in front of him to go for a little bit of body block action, but not going to be there. MJW does eat a lot of harassment. He's going to have to dip into his Tango Bank and also Clarity on up, so his resources are going to be dwindled, but Trout getting in on the action. Your offlaner trying to do a bit of a gank attempt right there. He'll wait it out for the rune. It's going to be a DD, which for now he'll just kind of sit on. There, he'll grab it. And top lane is going to be the bounty, which was grabbed up from Sna. So his Sand King does benefit a bit from that. He's level 2 now, looking to get to his level 3. Then I imagine the help of Disruptor building up some stacks, he can go right for that Blink Dagger.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. So, yeah, I think for Root, having the Doom in the jungle means they're going to have a very slow passive play. I mean, Puck takes a long time to actually complete the Blink Dagger, so for Root, they're happy to have this very defensive laning setup. Get PA farm, jungle the supports, go for the pulls and stuff, jungle the Doom, and then they don't even have... I guess the Venge can theoretically maybe look to gank the Brewmaster mid before he's level 6, but I think that's just such a long shot that it succeeds that they don't go for it.
SN, he's getting some nice shots, and Sumail, and even Elder Titan comes. Sumail jumped forward, and SN pump faked the clap, which forced Sumail to do the shift, and then when he came out, he got hit with that clap and right-clicked it home. So Sumail did a lot of damage right there, but they still continue to trade. Oh, that one he does dodge, but he'll still eat some nice swats on the way back.
Yeah. Actually, I think he did get hit by the clap there in the end. So Sumail struggling a bit with some of these dodges. Yeah, he's bottle crowing though, so that's going to be back out in a second. He just got the upgraded crow with the speed burst, so he won't be in too much trouble. He even gets a salve on top of that, so really prioritizing staying in this lane to get his XP and farm and not get zoned out at all by SN, who's done a good job harassing him. But bottom lane, the wraparound is looking for MJW, who does, well...
He's hiding for now. They ping over there. They know he might be ducking it out, but they don't want to get too aggressive unless they have the creeps to back it on up. And with these significant auto attacks going out on the creeps, they're happy to just kind of keep pushing this bottom lane for now, it looks like.
No Bassi or Aquila for UI, which is where if you really want to pressure this tower, you kind of need to have that. But for now, it's just like throwing little pot shots here and there, and MJW will come back in and even gets himself up to level 4. So he's actually got a lot more XP and farm out of this lane than I would have expected, especially on the experience side of things. He's got more XP than the Doom does right now, even if he has got slightly less farm.
We'll see here. Sna rotating towards the mid lane. He now has that level 2 Sandstorm, so as he moves into the jungle, we're going to see stacks there, stacks everywhere for Sna to continue to farm on up. This is just kind of your standard here for your Sand King.
Yep.
As, you know, it looks like they're just in good fashion. There was no early invade of any sorts from Root Gaming to try to block out camps, so he just gets to reap in all the benefits from a full jungle to work with.
While you expect the Sand King to be jungling, there's always that possibility that he is going for that Smoke King. He's going to hit level 4, have level 2 Burrow Strike, and if Doom ever goes back top lane, I think that's where you see Sna say, great, Doom's here, I'm going to go for a Smoke Gank, get the kill on the Doom, and then go back to your jungle farm.
Courier, your boy JC has a haste, and he's trying to hunt down this Courier, but they're hiding it now in the trees.
It's a slow Courier.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to walk away. You know, range don't do as much damage as the melee heroes now on Couriers, but it could have been just one more attack, and that Octopus would have gone down with a bottle in hand, too. Almost a big grab right there from your boy JC.
Yep. So it gets out of there luckily. That's SN's bottle, which is going to be giving him the money he needs for that ultimate when he is about to hit level 6. So I still don't see any kills coming from a Primal Split unless the Sand King Disruptor get involved. And for now, Sand King's still farming away, going to get level 5 off of this as well as get close to that, well, maybe 1,200 gold mark. So things going pretty well for eHug as far as this pace start for, well, I guess for both teams. I'm trying to think who it really favors more, and I think I would give eHug the slight edge because they're going to hit this timing where they've got Blink on Brewmaster and Sand King. Wraith King's going to have a Midas, and Elder Titan just kind of a beastly hero in his own right. So I think it slightly favors eHug in the short term, and then long term, it depends how Root play things.
We're seeing Supercell now advancing towards his top lane, throws out the Wraithfire Blast. He's still saving a point, it would look like, for his Reincarnation. Burrow Strike going to be there as well. They're looking to go on Trout here. This could be your first blood. Do they get a glimpse back? They can't. Coil's going to be there. Sumail with a big rotation comes on through. Can he get Sna down? He can't quite yet. Body block gets Supercell, who's the first to drop, but with that Reincarnation, he does use that point and does come right on back, but they should be able to bring him down a second time. It's Sna, though, who drops first to Sumail. They're going to get a twofer right now as they take down Supercell. A double kill for
And
the
bottom
puck.
lane. Wow, Root just big rotation there. Way too greedy. eHug, Doom's been around for so long. You should know how tanky and hard to kill a Doom is with Tranquil Boots. He's got a ton of armor. He's got a ton of HP regen with the Scorched Earth. That you got to know how much damage you can deal and how much Doom is going to tank it up. And that was, they did not do the mental math very well at all there, because that Doom he wasn't even close to going down.
Yeah.
I mean, even without the puck rotation, I think the Doom lives, and the puck rotation just seals the triple kill.
Yeah. Which is huge. Now Sumail, huge early bits of farm. He's got power treads already, well on the way towards a great timed Blink Dagger. And we already saw last game what he could do on the hero. And Root Gaming, very strong start, 3-0 with that. And now SN, who does have his level 6 and the split ready, almost actually level 7 here. And then he can get level 4 clap if he wants. We'll see how long he wants to wait. He could just stay and farm up his Blink Dagger before he looks to get too hot and heavy on his Brewmaster, but they might need that bit of help because they continue to farm on up on side of Root. Bottom lane, Yawar doesn't get that kill, but still continues to farm it on up. 47-9 for her CS, and if I remember, I think Yawar's played it once before, and he did go right for the Battle Fury. He just loves that farm.
Yeah. So, we'll find out soon enough. Just a bottle pickup for the time being. I like the bottle on these carries that we see more often, because if you've ever find something like that DD rune, you can just hold on to it until a fight breaks out, or you go in for a kill, or a Roshan, which is like the kind of the envy tactic. So getting bottles on carries, we're seeing a lot more of them, with good reason.
We'll see here. There's your Midas, going to be picked up now from Supercell, even after going down previously. And now see the farm begin to build up on your Wraith King here, but he's got the ultimate test of eventually taking on this PA into the late game. He might need to consider an MKB at some point if he wants to really do some effective damage, but that is going to be off the radar for now. It's something that he might need to stride towards here. And Trout, who continues to build up some farm, he is damn near close to level 6, and then he will have the Doom at the ready, and I imagine Root Gaming are going to continue to just put the pedal to the metal as far as finding kills and pickoffs on their side.
Yeah. So, yeah, pickoffs with the puck, Blink Dagger, and then just create space for the PA and the Doom, who's going to be going for Mice as well. Trout's going to be hitting level 6. May look for like a single smoke gank or something with that early Doom, but for the most part, he's going to be more about getting that farm on, getting that Midas, getting that Blink Dagger afterwards, and becoming that secondary initiator for the Root team.
Sna's also going to have his Blink Dagger soon, though. He's at 2k, and he's got a stack that he's building up right now, and with that stack, he should have it. And eHug just as quickly could also look for some pickoffs himself, so we'll have to see what their personal turning point's going to be to get themselves back into this game after dropping already 3 kills early on. Still relatively quiet otherwise as we get ready to approach the 10-minute mark here. It's Yawar who continues to build in the most farm of the game. I guess maybe next to Sumail, who gets that double kill, but we'll see how it continues to develop. And there's your Blink Dagger.
Yeah, first Blink Dagger of the game. Puck still 1k gold from his with all the smaller items he got along the way with the treads, the wand, the bottle. So Sanking for the time being could be the main tempo control. Doom comes out mid lane. SN, he's done for. The Blink and Sand King's making his way towards mid, but he is too far away. Really nice timing there with that gank there. Doom went in, and Puck TPing in from the base just came at the perfect time. So nice gank.
Yep, very well done. Not much here to do. Good job. Trout, the man who loves his classic music, right there, just demonstrating those sweet, delicious vocal pipes from Doom.
I was wondering what that was.
Just doing a bit of stop canceling, apparently, for the thunderclap that he has taken.
I'm looking around like, are you
What's
finding
that
a kill? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, your computer doesn't have sound? Like,
It's just Trout, man. He's got that opera.
Trout things.
Okay, top lane, Supercell continues to farm it on up now. He's put together 1k, and he's getting some good damage here on this tier 1, but you see your boy JC lingering in the shadows right now. They have the Glyph at the ready if they want to go for another quick counter-rotation play. They would certainly need it. Disruptor is also on the scene, but that's the problem. You can't just TP into this tower. He will glimpse you right back where you came from, so they will have to TP in from the back tier 2 if they want to defend.
So Tread's now the pickup for Wraith King, so probably the Blink Dagger next if he... Well, I guess they've already got a Blink on the Sand King, and they will be looking for one for Bruce. And maybe thinking he doesn't need a third initiating Blink, but you do get kited pretty badly with that one.
They get the tower. I don't even think they popped the glyph there, so a certain Root Gaming squad are going to get a ticket. Got a glyph it or ticket, buddy. It's free respawn right there. You know, there's no need to not prolong them. And you know, the thing is, you could mess up their last hit. Could just allow that few extra seconds that they're taking away from other farms. I don't know, I can't say it enough, but they get that tower regardless. Wraith King benefits the most from that, and they step back and continue their farm rotation. Sna with that Blink Dagger, we have yet to see him really put it to use, but he hasn't invested into his ultimate yet. He's still holding out, maybe looking to get level 8 and then put it in there. There it is, right on the money. Sna will now be able to have a big epicenter jump in if they want it.
Yeah, so even went for the 4th point in Sandstorm, which is normally not the go-to. You get that 4th Bio Strike, the Sandstorm you max by level 9, but it's such good damage. Like, when you initiate, you Sandstorm rather than right-click, because the Sandstorm damage is just insane.
And they don't have detection on route right now. So if he jumps in Epi, Sandstorm, they're not going to see what the hell's happening.
Alright, so rotation now towards the bottom lane. They smoke up, and this is with Brewmaster ultimate, Sand King ultimate. Disruptor Glimpse, not level 6 just yet, but I don't think the Static Storm is an essential here. And they're going to find some stacks, which Sand King can actually take for himself. May look for a kill first, but I think they did scout that one out.
We'll see. I think they would rather quench their thirst with the sweet blood of a hero right here. And Yawar is extra safe, hiding himself into that nook of a corner. Looks like eHug as they wait in the shadows, hoping to make a big jump in play. They might have to wait a little bit longer here. Oh, but they put down a very nice aggressive ward. Pinged out, Wave's going to be right there. Jump in comes out from SN. The split's going to be on. Now Chicken MC trying to run away as rotations come. Burrow strike out, and they do clean up the Vengeful Spear. Can they get more, though? Rotations come. Trout is on the scene, but he's clipped all the way back. See you later, Trout. Back to mid lane you go. And they put on the hunt here. MJW, though, in big trouble. Earth Splitter, and now the Yules, or the Cyclone, rather. Might have been mistimed. Did he even get the damage from Earth Splitter? No, he did not. Now they turn back and they quickly take down the Sand King. Now on the retreat back, Sumail weighing it out. SN smacks down and takes down the PA. Doom now finally going to come out as Trout returns from his mid lane glimpse. And now they go on SN, jumping forward. Sumail certainly helps with the damage, but here comes His Majesty. Supercell shows up, throws out the stun. Static Storm now leveled up, throws right into the middle, but it's not going to matter. Sumail gets the kill, taking down the Elder Titan, and a dominating streak for your puck.
Yeah, really good hold there from Root. The PA finding the isolated hero in the Elder Titan, chased the Elder Titan out of the fight, would have got the kill except for that Cyclone, and then they just timed the Cyclone for the puck to reinitiate. Puck comes back in as the Cyclone ends, helps the PA get another kill. Even though the PA ends up dying, it was still a really good fight for Root. And the Wraith King deciding to TP in after the fight was kind of already lost, or at least mostly lost. Like, he either needed to be there right at the start. As soon as that fight broke out, they're down the tower, he needs to TP, or just not TP at all. He was trying to finish that Blink Dagger, which he was a couple hundred away from, and in the end, just being completely unsure whether he wanted to TP or keep farming. And
oh, bottom lane, big Epi Burrow strike on your boy JC, but what a save with that shallow grave. And he gets away. Beautifully done right there. That is a wasted Sna epicenter if I've ever saw one. Great save right there from the Dazzle.
And I think reveals the fact that that Observe Ward behind the tower is there as well, which should be a pretty straightforward D ward. So nothing seems to be going eHug's way right now. They're playing with a stand-in and having some issues at home, but also in game right now is 2 kills to 7. They are falling behind here. 3,000 net worth lead going the way of the Root squad.
And that bottom engagement, just to echo what you were talking about, it just didn't seem like the right timing. Wraith King was not only trying to throw together that blink, but he was also not level 11. You ideally would love to get that cooldown a bit lower before you kind of go into a big engagement and know you might lose your first life. So had they waited just maybe a minute longer before getting into a big tussle, things could have gone a bit different for them. But now they suffer from it. 7-2, a nice early advantage here for Root Gaming, a team that was down in game 1. I call them the comeback kids as they put up a nice strong start here in game number 3.
Well, this is still not over just yet. eHug kind of just setting up camp in the enemy jungle. They've got great vision there. They've been farming the enemy jungle with the Sand King. And they do see Yawar here behind the tower. Going to go in for a blink stun. Lust is there, and I think PA needs backup. Yeah, they force a TP.
He wants to, but he doesn't.
Just smoked up Dazzle. That's a bit of a telltale sign. Oh no, Sumail silences without blinking, but Sand King still in a lot of trouble. Going to go down regardless. And okay.
I like the smoke in TP. I guess that's maybe to avoid the glimpse.
No, it was... I think they were already smoked up, the rest of the team that were rotating through the jungle were like
convenience,
smoked up,
yeah.
and he was just coincidence more than anything.
I'll have to remember that if I go against a disruptor. And you
Smoke
really think
TP.
you might, you might be able to glimpse it. You just get a nice far back TP where we'll see. Here we go now, pushing bottom lane. They rotated. Looks like Root. Maybe want to add some added pressure here. Yawar, but he's going to get jumped on. Static Storm, Clap, and the split. Huge damage. Immediate Shallow Grave going to come out in their precious PA. Fortunately for Chicken MC, he's going to get slashed down and taken apart. Still on the hunt, though. Yawar is going to be able to make his quick escape, and Dazzle is not. Gets Burrow Strike from behind. They wanted the precious prize of that PA, and they're going to have to settle for your boy Jason.
Looked like they were going to get 3 there. What a Static Storm from last time. That was nice. And Root definitely looked like way too overconfident there with their... They were just like running directly past the creep wave, trying to get off an initiation with a swap or a stun. And that just kind of, they walked into, to some extent they walked into the Static Storm, but it was just, a bit too aggressive from them.
So, eHug breathing new life right now at this point, getting a nice big fight for themselves, and it looks like they're also going to benefit from this Tier 1 tower bottom lane. Supercell, now 1,1600 gold invested. We'll have to see where he takes his Wraith King from here. Any bets, GoDz? Is he an Armlet kind of a guy you think in this kind of game? Or maybe just going with
Armlet,
Mjolnir, the Maelstrom Classic right there?
I think the Maelstrom Mjolnir Classic's good. Like a Mjolnir into MKB. Maybe once a BKB at some point, unfortunately. But
MKB is something that they might need this game.
Like they can use the magic damage to bring down PA for a lot of the early to mid game, but once the BKB's up, it gets trickier. So I think for now you go Maelstrom. Like you need it to just be able to push out Waynes faster and have better farming efficiency. So definitely the Maelstrom, and I think probably the full Mjolnir is good.
Top lane, Root Gaming press on. They're trying to get this Tier 1 tower quickly. Yawar went with the Helm of the Dominator. No glyph right there.
Used it just on a normal melee creep, it looks like.
Hey, that's plus an additional 250 life that they put on. Thank you very much, 6.83. So even your flimsiest of creeps actually have a bit of durability. Yep. You never know.
Full 500
the
bonus
Wolf Commander
HP.
is like the one who benefits the most, I'd say.
Yeah, you can. That's why I'm like, what are you doing with a little melee creep PA? Like, find a Centaur or a Wolf or something that can actually help you out.
Maybe you're taking it away from them, and it's just a quicker push overall.
Might be sending mid. They want to go on your why. He needs backup. In the brew. Where's the brew? Got to have the brew, and the brew blink clap will seal the deal.
Very quick hit and run job right there. Nice setup.
That's ambitious.
Long range Doom. Blink forward. Can he get enough nuke damage? They can. Sumail's right there on it. Helps him out. Good setup right there from Trout, but will he fall for it? Oh, not going to catch with the Earth Splitter. Trout still caught out. Very, very tanky right here. Looks like Vengeful Spirit going to be cycloned up. There's your Shallow Grave. It is going to save Trout for now. Can Trout walk away from this one? I don't think so. He might have to accept his fate and will go down, making it a 2-for-1 right now with Van eHug. They go on to Sumail. Very big Static Storm. It's still going to be there, and they might be able to bring him down. The swap back, though, pulls back SN. They don't lose it. I don't think that was the right target, unfortunately. Sumail still lives. No, he goes down. Buyback immediately, though, to get right back into the fray. Vengeful Spirit trying to hold on right here. Supercell now behind the tower. He drops once. Can they take him down the second time? They can't stop his TP. He makes it on out. Oh, Root Gaming now crumbling a little bit, it looks like. Sumail has to pull out a buyback there, but can't get a kill.
That's why you put your standard on the Wraith King. This hero just mans up, goes in, creates space, and you just kind of back him up. You know what the hero's going to do. You know he's got the second life. You know he's going to be not really a focus anyways because of the fact that he's going to have a second life, so Root maybe throw a spell here or there, but they'd rather go for everyone else. And eHug doing a great job of playing around the Wraith King right now. Brewmaster's done fantastic as well. SM with a blink, treads Vlad's up. He's got 1k gold on top. He's been offering great backup support for Supercell.
eHug, a team that dropped the previous game after Infinity needed to step out to a real-life emergency now. Sporting Supercell, it's them trying to fight on back after a very impressive group stage run. It's now match point for both of these teams. The winner looking to move on, and the loser going on down to that lower bracket, and we'll see if they can kind of hold their own. Things have now gotten a lot closer as eHug have pulled out back-to-back big fights their way, and Yamaha has been pressured and brought down. This PA continues to try to farm it on up. She's got 2.6k towards what we imagine could be that BKB investment. If eHug are banking on big magic damage to burst her down without an MKB, that would certainly help out.
Alright, well, stacks of weight for some of these Root heroes with the Ancients kind of stacked up here, but not the best line for clearing it. I mean, you can just do it with a PA. PA's going first line BKB as well, so no Battle Fury, but you've got the Shadow Wave, you've got the Venge Howl. It's still doable with 2 to 3 heroes, but Straight BKB. There's like blink insta stun from a Sand King. They can still look to burst down PA before the BKB is popped, and that's where these venge swaps have to be on point. That one mid lane, if that was on the puck, it saves the puck's life, I imagine. Instead, he swapped out the Wraith King, which was definitely not the right target. So these Vengeful Spirit swaps are going to be crucial. We saw some big Venge swaps in Game 1 when eHug were using this to help seal the deal, and right now Chicken MC, there's a lot of weight on his shoulders, I feel, in this Game 3 decider.
Yeah. Noir is the kind of a player who plays it very, very safe. So if he's not seeing Sand King on the map, he's not going to go out too far past his leash. He already paid the price once in mid lane. And I imagine he's going to play it a little extra safe at this point. And even have Lust here eyeballing him in the bottom lane, hoping that maybe he can get someone to rally behind him with a big, big jump in. We'll see if he's going to get that luxury or not. Supercell up to the north. He continues to farm on up. He's got 3.6k. He could be going for a Radiance now, GoDz. That's a lot of farm, unless he's trying to throw together an instant Maelstrom or reliable Hyperstone plus Maelstrom.
Seems like it's looking like we'll see the Radiance, and I think it's a pretty good choice. A good counter to some of these Blink Daggers on the Doom, the Puck, to a lesser extent, but just good reliable damage. And I kind of like it. He's getting, like, these fights, he's getting disabled quite a bit, so like when he's stunned up, he's still doing that Radiance burst damage. Like last fight, he was getting stunned over and over again. There's the Relic, so I'm digging this Radiance pickup here. It's a nice alternative to the Maelstrom as well. I mentioned Maelstrom being good to help push out waves faster and have that better farming efficiency. Radiance fills a similar niche.
Yeah, and that confirms it's Sacred Relic, man. So we'll see here. The Mighty Highness going to be able to bring some serious
not the epicenter you're looking for. Nah.
What? Was the epicenter in creeps?
I think he thought Puck was going to farm the creep wave, but Sumail blinked backwards after nuking it.
They've been waiting there a long time for someone to show up as well. They were just hiding out in that side shop, hoping they could spring a trap.
And
but
the entire time, Raiden have this lane observer ward, so they've been pretty much seeing everything going on.
I feel like Disruptor could have walked forward and maybe got a glimpse back on your boy JC, but Dazzle will be able to walk away from that. Very, very timid play from both teams right now. You can see that like the Disruptor waits on the side, hoping that one person overextends, and then when they think they can just walk back, moving them right back in. So we'll see what the next big tipping point's going to be. Roche still up and aware, but too sketchy for either team to really start moving on in. And now with Sna not having Epicenter up and ready, it's eHug that could be at a small disadvantage. Did they see the Epi go off on the side of Root? I think, was it in the middle of the creeps?
He did it from the trees and did not blink. I think he purposely didn't blink because he's like, oh crap, like he started casting when Puck was in the creep wave, Puck blinked back and he's like, oh, I can't even blink in anymore. So I think he kind of stayed in the trees.
So maybe they don't even know that Epi's on down.
I think whether they know or not, the Epi's definitely a big spell you want to avoid, but I think it's more you don't really want to fight if you're Root it, regardless. Like Static Storm, Brewmaster ulti, the Vlad's aura, like the Elder Titan aura, all these things combining together means 5-on-5 fights are just bad news for Root gaming, even with a spell like Epicenter being on cooldown.
Elder Titan, man, what a hero. Really forget about that pesky natural order. His build is going more for the stomp over the natural order. Only has 2 points into it, but those big pot shots that Wraith King's going to be dishing out in the near future just get that much more devastating, I guess.
And he's going to have a level 16 soon, so combine that with the Natty, and you're looking good. Dire kind of trying to maintain vision around their Ancients, their Roshan Pit. Great Dire vision right now on all sides and corners of the map, which could help them maybe look to secure a fairly straightforward Roshan here. I think they want to wait for 16 on the Wraith King. Yeah. Similarly, Root wants 16 on their PA for that extra bit of crit, but it's not happening just yet. And, oh, this is a smoke on in. That's a dead Dazzle.
Oh boy, your boy JC. He's going to get Burrow Striked on up. Breakfire Blast, one slash, but it is going to be Sna who grabs the kill with that little bit of stance.
Mid lane though. Shoot him onto SN, and SN. Backup's on the way, but it's too far to save his life. The question is, where will the counter kills be? The Earthsplitter is going to come out. SN's still just right-clicking his way out of this one. The Earthsplitter only catches the Venge. Here comes the rotation. Supercell, Epicenter, Burrow Strike through. It doesn't hit the Burrow Strike, but doesn't need it to kill Trout. And the Venge will go down to the Wraith King. 3-for-1 trade end of the day, and ambitious from Root. They knew they could kill the Brewmaster, but they just didn't have an escape plan.
Yeah, maybe they were hoping to get him a lot quicker. So be able to burst him down real quick and leave before the reinforcements showed up for their hit job in the Root jungle. But that wasn't the case. It took a little too long to take down the Brew. They get it, but they lose now 3 in total in exchange for the 1 Brew. And this will get eHug that much closer into this matchup. And to be frank, I think it's pretty much at this point in the game looking very, very good for them. It doesn't say so according to the graph. Root's still up about 4K as far as net worth. And XP, what is it? It's about the same. A little bit up there, about 1,500. But very, very nice. It looks like on paper for Root, but I think eHug are looking pretty damn strong right here as things begin to itemize for them.
Yeah, and some of that's this Doom who's got a lot of farm and had gone for this Midas build, but the actual team fight of eHug is so much scarier. But that's where you get your 2 BKBs on your Doom as well as PA. On top of that, you need at least 1 damage item for PA, though, before PA becomes a real scare. So get PA, BKB plus 1 damage item and a level 16. You get Doom, his BKB, and then I imagine an Ag Scepter or a Shiver's Guard is going to come next. The Ags is nice, but the Shivers is maybe just a bit more teamfight focused, which is where Root Gaming lacks. So Root still have their opportunities. I mean, I say it like they're behind. They are ahead on the net worth, but they're the ones avoiding fights. I'd see eHug taking a pretty safe, easy Roshan in the next 5 minutes, and Root Gaming continuing to play on the back foot.
It looks like Sna is going to be going with the Veil. I don't know if that's something you already pointed out or not, but a Veil to amplify that magic damage that they're trying to put out there with him and the Disruptor, which, you know, Veil does go through BKB technically. So if the BKB expires, the Veil effect will still be there at the ready. But we'll see, because BKB's already together for PA. I know Trout was throwing one together. He did drop right there, but he already had bought it. So BKBs are coming together here for Root Gaming Squad. I'm curious to see how strong this Veil could be.
Veil Radiance, man. That's going to amplify that Radiance damage. It's consistent damage.
5 damage with a little bit of extra level right there.
Yeah, 50 burn damage a second. I mean, the Veil lasts a long time.
Oh yeah, the 50 burn. Why not? Why not, right? Every little bit helps here, but they move into the Roche pit here, and they're going to tussle. And Root Gaming, they're nowhere close. They get a nice fight there in the mid lane, and it's a perfect segue for eHug to just get the Aegis.
Yep. And they'll get all they can elsewhere on the map. You're not 100% sure about the Roshan, so he won't, as aggressively as he wants to, maybe push out this lane this second, but once he sees the Roche go down, he's going to be, just pressuring and pushing forward once more.
We're just going to give it to the Wraith King, right? Or do you give it to the Brew in this game and allow him to just kind of go what he can with the first life? Nope. Wraith King. So now you got to bring down the bad boy twice. That is going to be tricky. That's a lot of Radiance time.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. That is a long-winded fight period for this Wraith King. I'm really anxious to see if they're going to be able to get the job done, or if it's going to be eHug's backstaff could be taken down, and a Wraith King who's just kind of going life after life.
Theoretically, they have to kill him like 4 times. First the Reincarnation procs, then the Aegis procs, and by the time you've killed the Aegis, maybe he has another Reincarnation, because it's a 60-second cooldown. So you may have to kill him like 4 times or something before he goes down, unless you really burst him with everything. Then it's 3 lives. But this 3 lives quickly becomes 4 lives should eHug go for like team fights and pushes. But if you're a Root, you don't want anything to do with a team fight right now.
Trout tried to do a blink in Doom, but Sna was just as quick with his blink back. Could have been an opener right there for Root, but they don't get it, and they have to step back instead. Lust wasn't quite close enough to try to catch anyone with a glimpse. He does have it level 4, 1800 range. It's a bit ridiculous, but no setup right there. We'll see.
So 5-man unit mid lane, and the one thing they don't have the best is like a direct initiation for some of these heroes like Puck and even the BKB heroes. So they can get out of any kind of initiation, apart from maybe the Blink Bio Strike, which has an insta-stun. But for now, eHug are like, wait, we haven't even taken some of these tier 1s. Let's group up, bring it down, then probably have to back off to deal with the split pushing Doom and so on. But it's still small little victories.
The ball's in their court. They got the Aegis. They can do what they want. They feel confident to have Wraith King just be way out in front right here. I mean, this is a huge leash they're giving him to just kind of work with the tower. Really, Root Gaming can't really do a whole lot.
Be happy they popped their glyph this time. And
yes, every little bit counts. That's more, a little bit more time for Trout to farm the top before they rotate back. It matters. It matters a lot. And bottom lane, Yawara, who continues to farm up. I haven't really touched base with this PA in a while. She has the Basher now and a still full 10-second BKB to work with.
Yeah, pretty standard PA stuff. You go Abyssal, Satanic, and
no creep, though, to stack the units. Come on.
Yeah, you should at least have, any creep right now. Get this little Kobold Foreman. He gives you a little movement speed.
He's got a cup, too. Badass. Nope. Got the cup guy. Forget you. Whatever, man.
Where is the rate? Is there no dominated creep at all? I see nothing. Even just like put it on top of a hill as like a mobile ward.
I mean, even like the dinky little troll helper, not the main troll, gets like 1k life after a Helm of the Dominator. So you can just even use that to stack, and he won't die to the Ancients. So nitpicking here.
I'm with you, man. 5k gold on SN's Brewmaster. Looks like the AC is going to be the Wraith King's item choice, so curious to see what brew goes. Possible.
He just gets the Agnums. I mean, it's not something that most brews go for now, but I guess when you don't have to go with the utility of a
lot of physical damage.
AC or Shiva's. Rather?
I could see a Hex pick up. Hex is one way of dealing with the PA evasion without having to get MKBs. I think Hex. He's picked up a Perseverance, so maybe it's even a. Oh, he's going Lincoln's actually. Maybe it's alright. That works.
Prevents the Doom.
There's also a Hex coming on the puck, so this will prevent the future Hex.
Chicken MC, how you doing? Now Rotisserie Chicken as he just gets blown the hell up right there. It's gonna be Brew who grabs that kill.
First of his name may also be the last of his name at this rate.
Too young to even.
What's his new latest hashtag that he's got?
I don't know. Dead in the woods, probably.
We'll see when he's back alive. He always has some fantastic hashtags. Right now, though, Root tied 11 kills apiece, still maintaining this net worth lead, but it doesn't really feel like a lead in any.
I mean,
fashion.
what they have is they have a PA, Puck, and Doom who are all right there on net worth, with only the Wraith King who's kind of taken the lead. Wraith King's up about 3k of net worth difference. It's a pretty big item difference between himself and the other three on Root, but those three do have respected farm that you should be wary of.
Yeah.
Now eHug are going to go for a trade here bottom lane. They're pushing towards this tier 2. As it looks like Root maybe trying to make something happen top, but they're far away here. They might need to consider making a rotation. Maybe go for a defensive maneuver, but you can't always do that with the Disruptor on the other team. Plus is just parked well behind. If anyone wants to try to TP in, he'll be right there to send them packing on back.
Yeah. I think you're always going for the trades at this point, especially while the Aegis is still up, and that only has about 30 seconds left. So if you get a tier 2 for a tier 2, that's a win for you. Even if you don't get this top tier 2 and you have to back off, giving up your bottom tower, no big deal. And it looks like a fight will come from eHug should Root commit to this top tower. And here come the TPs. Wraith King going to look for that Blink stun. Will get the PA Blink strike out, but it does chase Yawar and chases on.
Oh, he's running with Glimpse. Oh, but now they move in.
Nice
That's his fight time right there. And now big Static Storm going to be dropped right in the middle. Supercell holding on with 1 life for now, but he does fight back. And now, after 2 have dropped, his first life will go down. VS splitting the other way while they're focusing now. No, Yawar, big crit, slaughters MJW, but now they go ahead and go for some redemption. Focus fire, Blink strike out, Shallow Grave gonna be there. Instantaneous TP, nope, not gonna be there. Swap back, they're still trying to save Yawar. Vengeful Spirit goes down, and Yawar also drops. It's gonna be a big kill set right there for Supercell, but they're not done yet. Your boy JC, one of the stragglers now, gonna be pincered, locked down. Can we get a third? We can. Supercell, you're stand-in, replacing Infinity of the Infinity Stack, now known as eHug, with a triple kill.
Yeah. He just goes in big there. He knows he's got so many lives. Unfortunately, Root got a really nice start to the fight. They got the silence onto the Sand King as he was coming in and were able to blow him up with the PA BKB. So it started off fantastic for Root, but once the BKBs wore off, they just kind of ran out of steam. They doomed the Disruptor who'd already used his ultimate and got off a pretty nice ulti there, so end of the day, they had no solution to the Wraith King. PA could not stand and fight for long enough to take on the Wraith King's multiple lives, and Wraith King with an Assault Caress is just going to be a complete menace now.
We'll see as the confidence on their side at this point, making the best, getting towers while they have the Aegis up, and now taking a pretty big fight there at the top. And we're going to have a bit of a pause as Trout did DC.
Does pick up a big item in the Ag Scepter. I quite like this. It's not... at this point, you want to try and get it on the Brewmaster, and that's where the Linkage is nice, because Wraith King, he's just never a Doom target. He's got the ulti. That's why they mostly pick this hero, so...
Now what do? You have to make sure you get that level death off first, at least, or something. Proc that Lincolns, and then...
Stifling Dagger, I guess, is your best bet.
Stifling, yeah, that certainly works. Poison from Dazzle.
Even a Doom and a Sand King or a Disrupt is okay, because it still turns the fight into a 4v5. Doom can still tank it up and do a little bit of damage off of the damage aura to the rest of the team, but ideally you want on Brewmaster pre-ultimate. But if you can't get that, you take the Sand King, you take the Disruptor. Even an Elder Titan, you take out the aura from a fight, I think you're in a much better position. So I think Elder Titan, just for the kill factor, could be a good Doom target. PA can't really kill him that easily because of the Yule Scepter, so... It's still flexible. End of the day, though, you still have this giant Wraith King problem.
Yeah, and his damage is just getting absolutely ridiculous. With that AC now complete, he's just going to be, like you said, man, a menace. I don't really know what they're going to do about it. He already has 2k gold on top of that. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm not too sure where they're going to look to take it from here, but we continue to wait. It's been a long best of 3 already, but we have lots more Dota action even just today. 2 more best of 3s here to follow. I believe the match after that's going to be the certain special debut of maybe a Team Fire.
Yep.
Going against Team Leviathan and their first spot of the playoff run. And then after that, we'll see both losers from each of those series square off for the first round of the lower bracket. Did I say that right?
Yep, I think so. That's as far as the schedule I know. I'm not entirely sure if that's still the case, but also if you want some Dota 2 action, the last Europe game is being cast right now by, I think, Mort and Blaze.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Virtus Pro taking on Papala Johns over at twitch.tv/Dota Starladder _EN, so plenty of options there for your Dota 2 viewing on this fine Saturday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Never enough Dota. That's for sure.
Apparently it's enough for our dog Piper, who's passed out on the floor.
Let me see. This guy's so ridiculous. You're not passed out. I see you. You're looking at me. You're just faking.
Now she's serious. She's like, oh, you're talking about me? You want to play?
You wanna play? No. I want to cast Dota right now.
Well, unfortunately, Trout DC, not sure what's up. We've had a few DC and stand-in problems, unfortunately. I mean, Root, you mentioned playing with a different roster from yesterday, and this was right after they got into the playoffs. We're like, what? We're in the playoffs? Well, now we're going to use a few new players.
Yeah. Such a funky thing. I mean, it's so rare to see just any of these teams have a nice, solid 5-man lineup. It's a shame because it's like a stereotype with the scene. And unfortunately, I mean, just from first-hand witness, it kind of holds true. I mean, EG had a strong lineup, obviously, for a while and have the rewards to back it on up with their solidification. Sneaky Nick Assassins were there for a while, and of course Navi US, but roster change plagues continue to drive on through. I think Leviathan is like the next most dedicated team. Maybe not today, and those guys in the Southern American scene, like Pain, have been playing together for quite a while, but you may have strong individual pub star talent, but really being able to build that chemistry and that trust with each other, I think, is adding a whole new level to your Dota gameplay that we'll have to see. Could be a test to some of these teams when they make it to the LAN, when they're going against some of the European guys, etc., and such forth.
It reminds me a lot of some like the, I mean, you mentioned not today, like the South American scene, the SEA scene. These teams and players, they're not always full-time. They have to juggle playing Dota with school commitments, with work commitments, whatever it may be. So it kind of gets hard. I mean, in some of the, like Singapore, you have national service. So there's always these other kind of obstacles where you want to make Dota 2 #1 priority, but it can't always quite be that. So
I think it's FNG time, gods.
FNG time?
FNG time. I'm looking over here on eHug. Let's see what they got sporting here. Up
What's
here
FNG stand for?
FNG?
Oh, FNG. FNG. I thought you were saying like FNG, like
I did probably say
FNG.
FNG.
I heard FNG. I'm like, is that an abbreviation?
FNG.
FNG?
And, like bruh. Gonna
Like
do this
bruh.
morphling right here.
I need to get it
Bruh.
close. He's got some good morphling, because I like the crown with it, you know?
What's this one? You shall not pass. That's classic right there. And a good original from Enigma right here.
I've seen that.
Stop in the name of love. That would have been my caption for that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a you shall not pass.
That would have been a KOTL one. He blew it. What else? They don't have anything else here on this side?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what's over here?
I got this round one. Too Easy, Everyone Sucks at Dota by Supercell.
Classic.
I like the pose. The caption, I give it a 3 out of 10, though. He's got the little drow bunny ears, though, going. Like, this is the anime drow.
The lore.
Yeah.
And then the last one here, a Shadow Fiend. I don't know, constipated or something. He's all wrapped in a ball.
This doesn't even look like Shadow Fiend. I want to know what he's up to here. Is this like mid Requiem or something? Mid
I think
Rasp
it's right before
cast?
Requiem. At least that would be my guess.
Yeah, where he's like bundling everything up and
He's online. Trough on his way back. That's good.
Right. We got time for Radiant effigies.
Yes.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Okay.
Was it the slam one?
Yeah.
That's probably the most used, I'd imagine. Something with Axe in his ultimate.
It's good because he's got like this air. Like, I made my effigy the Enchantress, and it's like mid jump, but it's like it doesn't look like it's jumping.
No.
It looks like it's actually on the ground. There is no air time. He's not wearing his Air Jordans. Like, need to take some lessons from the Axe here.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed by the outcome of my Enchantress effigy.
Dryads can't jump, dude. Not like an Axe, at least.
No. Oh, what the
fastest fingers.
Sumail.
Sumail, man.
Nothing happening.
Loves his puck.
Yeah, loves his puck. I'm okay with this.
It's classic. You know,
but
he's young. He's youthful. He hasn't been corrupted yet like some of these other players. When you look at a certain PA
oh god,
effigy over here.
Oh, Chicken MC.
More corrupted players like your Chicken MC.
This is actually a really cool pose.
Yeah.
I'm into this.
The dive.
He's
Something. Is that a blink strike? Oh, hello.
I'm not sure. This is nifty though.
And Trout is reconnected to the game.
Only
so
3
it looks like
effigies.
we're
Is
gonna
that
get back
we haven't
underway.
skipped over anyone?
Nope. F&G report. Now there, we can get back and underway.
All right.
Brilliant pause time filler right there. We don't cop out and go to a music screen. We talk about F&Gs. Oh, yeah.
So, as things stand, for those of you just tuning in, it's Game 3 decider. Starladder admin's not on the ball today with our little ticker at the top as far as the BO3 standings, but it's 1 game apiece.
Get on it, admin.
As kills pretty even, but it's net worth almost back to even as well. 1,000 in the favor of Root. XP starting to get in favor of eHug, and the last 10-15 minutes, it's been all about eHug, controlling every fight, taking Roshan. So this net worth is definitely not really reflective of the state of this game right now.
Yeah.
Not to say things aren't going to change when Root start picking up their next few big items.
Previous game, they had to sub in Supercell into a Razor role that was already a well-developed game, and now he gets to start fresh, maybe with a hero he's more comfortable with, or maybe just a hero that's easier to just throw a stand-in into, but he's definitely accelerating right now. He's got lots of farm. He's got the Radiance, Midas, Blink, AC, and still 2.7k gold right now to work with. So lots of farm on your Wraith King. Highly touted net worth in the game. PA's trying to catch on the side of Root, but they still feel strong, like they could make a big comeback play here. Trouf, who's made his return, does have that Agnum Scepter, and well, we'll have to see how much effective use it could be, because Brew on the other side does have that Linken's.
I can just see this Wraith King game really scary. Like throwing an Abyssal Blade or an MKB, Heart of Tarask, and suddenly you're looking at a ferocious right-clicking machine. I think Abyssal may be where he wants to go, so you can like blink Abyssal a puck, and then he can't phase shift dodge the Abyssal, and then it sets up the Wraith by a blast, so you can actually initiate on him. You still have to worry about the puck evasion, which is the PA evasion, which is a bit pesky, but I think Abyssal Blade may be his next big item. And he's got 2 item slots, essentially, with the TP Scroll and the Midas, both replaceable in his inventory.
Yeah. PA's also getting an Abyssal Blade, or looking to build toward it, I would imagine. She has 3.6k herself, so battle the Abyssals.
If PA can get 6 slotted, I can see this game going the way of Root. They've got to get that Abyssal Blade, BKB, Satanic, and even that like luxury refresher orb coming into play as well. But all in all, it's looking like Root just don't have any way to take a fight right now.
We'll see here. Might be just a stall out kind of a period until that Roche comes right back into the play, and eHug feel confident as they scavenge around that pit, finding bits of side farm. Both teams, I guess, just feeling more comfortable farming up until they both get to like the critical mass point, and then we'll just kind of go into a real barn burner of a fight, and the winner will be the one who triumphs into maybe high ground territory.
So this is a new one. SN going for the MKB himself on Brewmaster.
Ooh.
True Battle Brew.
He's stuck in trees right now, but he gets out.
I dig it. I think he's getting... He can still fight when he gets doomed to some extent. He's still... Well, maybe less so with the Aghanim Scepter now in the Doom, but I'm okay with this. Recognizing that this game is going the distance, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably not looking at this one ending before 50 minutes or so.
All that the Midas play coming in early on from Root, they were anticipating a long one. So I think they know what they're getting themselves into here. eHug, though, with the benefit of some recent engagements, they have built up some really nice farms so that they can contest in the late game. And it just might come down to swift 1-2 fights that could determine it, but they could get a pick off here. They're jumping forward. Sumail on the puck is able to orb out and away and then blink home. Puck, very elusive hero.
I was like, what's Disruptor doing? He should be like blinking after glimpsing, but he blinked into trees as well.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh.
Lost steps
True
back.
teammates.
One of the few that can still catch a puck even on the way out, but not able to get there quite on time.
No. That's okay. I mean, pickoffs are nice and all, but right now you're playing that farm game where you're getting quite a lot of efficiency as Rune.
I like that play. Or back jump in, try to get the Rune steal, and he does get it.
Doesn't get the regen because the Radiance cancels it, but hey.
Still.
Fancy nonetheless. Could have been a bounty rune or something, a bit of money, a bit of XP. So PA has Abyssal Blade. And PA, you don't want to mess around with a 6-slotted PA.
Yeah, that's a knife.
No, Doom on SN. Trouf has found the pick off with the Observer on that high ground here. He's got the Ag Scepter as well, so this Doom is going to keep on ticking. Doom now deciding to back off.
Oh, Sna Epicenter jumps in, but he's getting no one except a BKB Doom. Well, Epicenter not going to be a whole lot, but Doom meets a lot of damage now. Wraith King getting tussled with PA, who has BKB
First
already
life.
popped. They take down that first life. Meanwhile, on the back lines, you can see Chicken MC gets caught out with a Static Storm. Forced staff to the low ground, though. Saves him for now, and they are still duking it out. Supercell on his second life could be in trouble. Preemptive Shallow Grave might be a bit early for now, but VS, after dropping, they are able to take down the Wraith King. Disruptor also drops Sna, trying to get away, and jumping in, Trout. Level death, Sna, barely trying to live, and gets dropped. Gem on the deck, triple kill for Yawar. Root Gaming anticipated a late game tussle, and they are the ones that are beating it out right now and taking down eHug. Wraith King even buys back.
Yep.
Will not be there to get in the fight.
And that was with Brewmaster. He lived on like 30 HP after that Doom. He even got his ultimate off and came back in with the bears and tried to fight around it, but they still lose the fight. PA just doing too much damage all of a sudden with this Abyssal Blade, and I think they made the right decision. They realized, like, hey, wait, it's worth just insta-killing this Wraith King if we can kill him twice. And Wraith King's going to look at that and maybe think, do I need a BKB? Do I need something more defensive? Because I still die very quickly if I'm the target right now. They could even save the Doom for, like, you kill Wraith King once really quickly and then Doom him for the second life. Like, I think that's perfectly justified with how much farm emphasis they have on the Wraith King.
And I didn't see what happened on the side there, but it looked like they caught out Chicken MC, the Vengeful Spirit, and just went on him with a Static Storm and everything just for your support VS. I'm sure they were in a bit of a choke point where they would have ideally loved to have been there to help out the Wraith King, but they couldn't quite get past Chicken MC and his Vengeful Spirit, holding them back and forcing them to focus on him. So a bit of a split engagement that eHug weren't quite in formation and ready to go for. So Root capitalized on that and they push ahead 16-5. They get their first big team victory there, plus the Roche after dropping a couple of fights before that. And now we'll see as things begin to work out a little nicely here for Root. They can take this one. Game number 3.
Yeah, and like you go ultra late game with a Doom with Ag's Refresher, with a 6-slotted PA. Puck, who's going to scale really well because of the fact he's gone for a Hex. He's going to have the Shiver's Guard again. Root Gaming have what it takes to match up even against the Elder Titan. The physical damage is nice from the Wraith King, but he gets kited pretty easily. Brewmaster going for DPS as well. He's still very squishy, as we saw that fight, should he get doomed up. So things not going to be as easy as eHug would like in the late game scenario. And this looks like a dead Sand King. Yep, got the Doom off. Did not react in time with a blink or a Sandstorm.
Chop, 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 chop! Chop. Oh, chop. Nice play, Ralph. Able to get the nice solo pickoff right there. Does use the Doom for it, but Sand King now down. And they jump on mid lane now. Oh, Lust! Slashed apart right there. Yawar comes out big. Takes a bit of a nap. Also gets an Earth Splitter. And we'll just walk away. Okay. So, eHug, they lose 2 now. Jump on bottom, jump on mid lane. Root pick a double sweet grabs for themselves, and PA benefits from that. Satanic now complete. My oh my.
This PA's farm. They get the Hex onto SN and no blink in from Yawar. I think Yawar probably wants an MKB to help deal with the Brewmaster evasion maybe, but like his 6-slotted I envision being like Boots of Travel, MKB Refresher. Like that's your 6 items if you're this PA, I want to say. Having the ability to refresh your BKB and your Abyssal Blade and even your TP from your travels is really nice in the late game.
And now your MKB going to complete here on your SN Brew, but is it enough? Last time he couldn't really get in there and get as much effective damage off as he would like. PA just very elusive as it is already, and now bottom lane, Root Gaming push, going for this tier 2. One of 2 remaining outer towers on the side of eHug. With this, they begin to control the map, control that Roche area that much more. So
First time all game they've really had control, but having the Aegis, having a DD on your PA, these kind of things definitely work in your advantage. And we'll see them go from tier 2 to tier 2 with a good 2 minutes left on the Aegis. I think eHug are like, okay, this isn't good, but we just got to kind of cut the losses. Don't try to take a fight which we're going to lose to an Aegis PA. And just try maybe split push out some of these lanes, which Supercell is doing, working on that MKB.
Here we go. Charging down this mid lane. Root Gaming have the Aegis on their side. So with the expiration clock ticking, they want to be able to make it work. They sidestep that sleep. They get this tier 2 tower. Another amount of pocket change for them, and they might just keep going. Top lane, they have another tier 2, which is very low already if they want it. They ping it out right there, and I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think initial thought was, let's try to go high ground. We've got a minute-ish left on the Aegis. We can use that to go high ground, but the wave clear with the Astral Stomp is just a bit too pesky, so they probably wouldn't have gotten more than a couple hundred damage done. So they'll go for the guaranteed tier 2 top tower, and once again, eHug will not defend this. I'll maybe throw out the Astral Spirit, look for a Stomp to stall it, but no chance of engagement. So 3 tier 2 towers with this Aegis and complete map control going the way of Root Gaming as far as their hero positioning. eHug still have some vision up on the map, but they have no ability to farm any lanes, to farm their own jungle. They're playing ultra defensive all of a sudden.
All right, so now another MKB enters the field into the hand of the Wraith King. Investing so much, now trying to go balls to the wall with no buyback here at a time when maybe it could matter most. Trying to slow them down. There's going to be the Sleep Elder Titan trying his best to keep them back from the front gates. But Root Gaming, they're ready to go here. They still have an Aegis to work with.
It's about to expire, though. It's going to be very close. Go for the Dazzle first. That's a good decision, but they don't get your boy JC right away. The swap is not going to come to save him. They leave the Dazzle to die. Doom has not been used just yet. Now goes out on the Sand King. No more Burrow Strikes available, but Trout has got to be careful. Does not hold up well against Supercell, who gets crit down.
Oh.
Yawar gets the first kill. He's still got Aegis as well. He's going for the second kill. Supercell getting pushed out of there. Yawar with another crit. He needs a few more. Can he get it? Yawar gets
Aegis
stopped
is down.
Oh!
Oh, he's still in there, though. He's still in.
No
Snop
epicenter.
holding it in. SN now, MKB, mind you, able to get in there, get the double kill. Yawar is down. Trout
They got him.
and Samal. They're turning back, and they do take down MJW, but they lose Trout in exchange. It's eHug coming out big on that one. Triple kill for SN. Trout does get a triple kill there at the end, but it is a 5-4-4. If you count the buyback, I guess you can make it 5, but holy Toledo, eHug put up a really strong defense right there.
Any doubt about Bruce's MKB pickup gets just washed away for anyone after that fight. He was just going big there. Even with the Wraith King dead, he was the source of damage there. So ballsy from eHug to engage, because I thought the Aegis was going to expire after like 5 seconds when they went in. It was like most of that fight, he had the Aegis. Not until the very end of the fight where they're like, okay, now PA's our next target. Oh, guess what? No Aegis. Like 15, 20 seconds after the fight had begun. So making an aggressive call like that pays off. eHug, I think, caught Root really by surprise.
Great mindset. Great game sense to keep your eyes on the clock and know when it's the right time to make your strike and who's the priority target at that given moment. And that back jump on the back line certainly paid off there for eHug big. They would love to have a quick timed Roche, but I don't know if they're going to be graced with such luck here. Now it's eHug on the crawl back at this point, putting up a good defense, and Root Gaming, who now have to kind of reevaluate the situation before they want to go.
It's still a very big Root lead, looking at this net worth. 15,000, like that. All those tier 2 towers.
Yeah, they went for all 3 tier 2 towers in succession right there.
And during that time, eHug was hiding in their base. So Root was taking all the towers, all the farm on the map, all the farm in the enemy jungle, their own jungle, Roshan, Ancients, while eHug farmed Zilch. And eHug, to win that fight, did use a buyback on Sand King. I think, just the one buyback, but it still negates a lot of their victory because they lost their main carry, their Wraith King. Just the Brewmaster, who probably gained farm and gold from her, who now picks up a Basher. So he's getting scarier and scarier, and this is where Root are going to look at this and be like, he's one of our big targets. We want to try Blink Hex him or get a Doom off to start the fight. So try break the Lincolns and get a good jump on him.
They got a Force Staff on Vengeful Spirit. That can help with that Lincolns. They got the Poison Touch on Dazzle to make it work. Level Death, Dagger, as we said before. There's a lot of ways to get it done, but someone's got to do it here. They smoke up now, and they're going the assault towards the eHug side here. We'll see if they can get any sort of relative pick-off. They're making a jump. They want to go ahead and take down Lust, and they do get it. The farming side Disruptor going to be caught out here, and they're also trying to cut off SN here. He blinks forward, and he gets caught. He's going to be forced to pull out the split. Yawar trying to slash down at least one of the bears here, but they might have to walk away from this and just accept that they did force him to use the ultimate.
Okay. Back off. At this point, he'd rather fight in normal form than ulti form anyways, with the Primal Split Warriors dying so quickly to the right-click damage. Tralf having the AC, the PA, the Vengeance Aura from the Vengeful Spirit. There's so much physical damage, but at the end of the day, it's a nice defensive save. But the push is still coming. Disrupted dead for 20 more seconds, but counter push bottom lane. Snar at least putting some pressure on this tier 3 tower, which will make Root think twice about what they're about to do.
Supercell's trying to get there quickly too and just add that extra bit of pressure.
I
Plus
like
it was a very low timed Roche, so for either team, if a big fight does work for them, they could just go right for that Roche pit and get a big Aegis.
This push is not happening as fast as Root would like, and guess what? Supercell is already on your tier 3 tower, which is below half HP. I think he needs to just keep on pushing. He's backed off a bit early. I think he's worried about a Root TP and then killing him, but he needs to get in there. He needs to go for the trade.
All right, well, tier 3 already drops, and now they go behind the lines. Big damage, MJW. He's immediately taken apart, and now Abyssal Stun Sna could be in trouble. Burrow Strike back, Supercell now into the scene, and the static is going to be dropped right on the head. They take down Sumail and Dazzle. Doom It looked like it was put there on the first life, and Red King's going to come back. That is not the proper use. They already take down 4, and now Doom, the lone survivor, eHug, another strong defense. Oh, they got the glimpse! Oh, big glimpse, Trout. You ain't going anywhere, buddy, and with that said, they will slash him apart, and eHug walk away with a big 5-man takedown, only losing MJW.
Yep. Doom forced to buy back, and that's just like to save the bottom range racks. A big creep wave was there, not even a single hero. And this range rax is still going to get sub 200 HP. That will be able to be kept alive, but here comes the big rotation down bottom. eHug, I don't even think they played that as well as they could have, because Supercell was very hesitant about split pushing this bottom tier 3 tower. He backed off when Root was still all at the mid lane. He could have done a lot more damage than what he did. He essentially could have secured the Raxes there if he just stayed a little bit longer, or at least was applying more pressure. But even so, eHug crushed the team fight, even with Elder Titan dying instantly. Didn't even buy back. There was just a straight-up overextension from Root Gaming.
Yeah. A little too bloodthirsty right there to try to get something going while they had eHug split pushing, maybe hoping they can get a lot done during the window of time while they teleport and rotate back, but it doesn't work out. They have a lot of burst behind the PA, but for everyone else, they can't really burst them down quite as quickly. So with that, now eHug get big on that fight, and they do take advantage of that Roche. That small timer. Now they have the Aegis and possibly looking towards mid lane here.
Lust, BKB
holding
maybe.
a glimpse right for now. Could bring him all the way back in. Will his team, are they there and ready? No, he's going to BKB is going to be popped, so.
Nice play. 5-second BKB, so not a big deal as far as that's concerned, but it's still a 50-second window if you had to take a fight. Doom could be a target who they can try burst down with a blink stun or whatever it may be. And bottom lane's completely open, so they can just run up the high ground if they want to and try and see what they can find, basically.
All right, here we go. eHug confident as ever in this one. This is match point for either team. Game number 3 with a big push, a big team fight here. Could be eHug moving on forward through the winners of these playoffs. Supercell jumps in, making it go on Trout. Big Stack Storm going to be right there. They swap back Burrow. Epi is going to obliterate the Vengeful Spirit, and they also get the fall through, taking out Sumail, who buys back. Now Yawar stuck by his lone devices to try to fight it out, but he's not going to get it. Buyback also for him. Your boy JC just trying his best to hold it up, but now the focus is on the racks, and they will drop. eHug not losing an Aegis, not losing anyone here. Get a lot done this bottom lane. They just walk away with their winnings.
And force 2 buybacks as well. Nothing is gained by Root. 15k gold net worth lead is gone. It's back to 0, and eHug have a Rax advantage. They're in a fantastic position. Have all the items they need. Are building even like a diffusal blade on their Elder Titan to help counter some of these pesky disables like the Scythe of Vice, and everyone is suddenly massive. SN has an Abyssal Blade and 3.5k gold in his Brewmaster. Supercell has 6k gold. It's looking really bad for Root Gaming.
Here they go, charging down this mid lane. Confident as ever with plenty of buybacks just in case something goes bad, but I imagine not. Supercell, he's going to lead out the charge. His Majesty putting the team behind him. Supercell stepping in for eHug, mind you, after Infinity had to step out during game number 2 where they did drop that game. Now he's back, and look at this, eHug on the verge of taking game number 3.
And they're going to look at Lust's top, going to try cancel Trout's TP back.
This is just dirty. Oh, he's going to see it right there, but no, at the time he doesn't know. I guess the vision's not there because the creeps were killed. And now he's on the rush. He does get a haste rune. How fortunate for him. And he'll get there pretty damn quick.
The team are waiting for him anyways now. It was a really cute little idea. If they got the cancel there, they can immediately go high ground, not worrying about the Doom, but worth a shot. I thought it was going to actually pull it off, but hey, even though he doesn't, there's nothing's lost end of the day.
Certainly not.
You got this 5-man push. You've still got the Aegis, and you still got a good 2 minutes on the Aegis.
He even has a Basher in his stash on the side just to replace that Aegis later on.
He can just go YOLO in. He can buy back if he wants to and get boots of travel to come back to the fight.
See, though, he's chopping away here at this tier 3, and they have no answer for him right now. This is probably the last hurrah right here for Root.
All right. So Supercell just chip away at this Rax. Doesn't even care if he dies once. Doesn't care if he dies twice.
Just so far back. Lust on his Disruptor, even SN. Really just so
no
much
one wants
space.
to blink and finish him off. Your wife's like, maybe I'll Stifling Dagger, but nothing more. And they do back off now, so wanting to at least hold on to the Aegis, maybe for another push here. They've still got a good 90 seconds, so if they can push things out, come back. They've got the melee racks end of the day. That's all the main focus right now. The range racks only matters for when you want mega creeps, which maybe they do want in a bit, because they will be probably shifting their attention to top lane now, but regardless, things looking pretty peachy for eHug.
Yeah, this push top does force eHug to kind of pull back and make sure they do address it, but it's just a bit of farm for themselves. They'll probably have to sack the Aegis at this point with about a minute left. I don't think they're going to be getting in any sort of skirmish, so that's going to just be Wraith King picking up instead the Basher, and soon to be Abyssal Blade. So as if the stun lockdown through BKB wasn't bad enough already in the hands of SN, now your Supercell is going to have it, and even SN benefits from Boots of Travel. He is completely six-slotted right now in this brew.
It's scary stuff. May replace the Vlad's like
even a diffusal
like
on Elder Titan.
Yeah, great against the Hex. It's like it's probably its main purpose right now. I don't know, but can you purge off Satanic? I feel like I'm putting you on the spot there. I don't know.
To be honest with you,
like you pop the Satanic and you purge the PA. I don't think it would, but something in my head says maybe you could actually purge Satanic, but I don't think that's the purpose.
Remove
I think
the minus armor or bonus armor from Weave? Sure. But yeah,
that I don't think would work. I don't think it would work on Weave.
Okay. We'll probably get our answers here momentarily.
Definitely works on the Hex. That's its main application here.
The item was buffed, and I don't think Elder Titan's one to have many orb effects as it is, but we'll see here. As eHug, well, they get that damage in the mid lane, take down that melee Rax, and have pretty much one more lane to really charge through. They even still have that tier 2 in the top lane to finish off. So
Wraith King's opened up an item slot now with the Aegis gone. So he's got his Basher, got his Boots of Travel, could buy the Abyssal Blade, but definitely you want buybacks. You're up 3 Raxes of 6, and you want to play it safe.
You don't want to have to go through an extra BO3 process just to try to make it all the way to the land. You want to make sure you play it nice and safe and steady. So as they advance through this top lane, Root Gaming looking to decide what their big comeback potential is. Is it feeling like at this point Root are just hoping that there's a bit of an overthrow or a misplay from eHug that they can really jump on, or is there possibly something they can look to do to really bring themselves back?
I'm looking at PA like maybe another item for PA, but PA's buying back that last fight has slowed down any sort of item progression, so the money's mostly on Trouf right now, looking at some of these heroes' current goal on the Radiant side, but Puck, item-wise, is pretty much peaked out. You could be looking at like a late-game refresher, but you need to win. You need to win fights before that happens, so you got to look short-term. How do you win that next fight? How do you hold on to this last Rax? And a Refresher Doom is the one kind of, that's Trouf picks up the Perseverance, so Refresher Doom is one thing which could change how a team fight works out. There's no other items that will change things, so then you have to look towards actually plan to initiate how you take the fight. Who do you actually doom? Who does PA jump on? And I think trying to get a doom onto the Brewmaster is ideal, but these buybacks are just going to be so problematic. eHug have buyback on both Brew and Wraith King, and they both have Boots of Travel, so I worry for Root because of that.
They have a huge army to fight on through. Even if they just kind of throw themselves away at the first get-go, they can simply come right back.
Root have to win the team fight convincingly. It can't be this like even trade 3 for 3 and then eHug get pushed back, because that's where eHug buy back and suddenly it's a 5v2 scenario.
Or best case, they win this team fight, they charge down to the other side with eHug just to buy back right then and there, and they still can put up a strong defense where they could win that fight, and then they charge back the other way and get their win on Root. I don't know how many times I've seen that in these games, but could be a likely scenario here. It's continuing to play it the safe route as eHug as they each find their little nook in the trees to hide it out on the side, allowing Supercell to just be in his final form and advance on forward.
He's 6-slotted, gets the Abyssal Blade, still has the buyback money even. Smoke wraparound, so they want to catch them by surprise. Probably look for a jump on play. Look for a jump on the Sand King or the Disruptor.
Oh, they got to go, though. They might have been briefly spotted. Sumail jumps right in, tries to drop the coil right on top of him, but they return fire Abyssal. Puck, see you later. They do manage to take down the Sand King, but they lose Vengeful Spirit shortly thereafter. They now Cyclone up the PA as they focus fire Trouf. Trouf gonna get Grave, though. Gets his Doom off already. He's trying to make it back in time, and Yawar! Oh, he's gonna have to run away from that one. Trouf can't make it out because of the bash, but he will buy back. Sumail back from his buyback, will go down a second time, and that's probably gonna be it for Root. Not much standing here with already buybacks coming out from both Trouf and Dazzle. This is their last hurrah. I don't know how many times I've said that, but SN jumps forward, clap, and Yawar is going to be focused down. Shallow Grade's going to hold it a bit, but Yawar, you're not going to be doing any sort of damage.
He's got buyback at least.
He does go down, does pull out that buyback here, but eHug continue to take one after the other, and then after the other, and that's really all they can do. And with that said, eHug, they're going to win this series. It's a long process, but they will move on to the next stage of the playoffs, and Root Gaming knocked down to the lower bracket here for Starladder Season 11 Americas.
Well, they made it close. That was a 15,000 net worth lead for Root, got turned around. I wouldn't even call that a throw. I think eHug, that one fight at top lane where they just took a chance, initiated in. When PA had Aegis, it wore out mid-fight. That was just such a ballsy decision, and that won them the game, that fight. That decision to take that fight was the beginning of the end for Root Gaming.
Yeah. Good playmaking, good calls right there. Definitely have to give props to Supercell, the stand-in coming in this game after a struggling loss in the last game. He was able to start off fresh, got his Wraith King, found his farm, and really helped out his team in getting this victory. So eHug move on. I'm sure Rio Boris feels happy about that. He's in the chat hanging out. Maybe he's rooting for his former eHug team. Maybe he's rooting against them. Who knows? But with that said, we wrap up our first series, and we have 2 more to come.
We got Sneaky Nyx Assassins now, known as Team Fire. They're going to be taking on Leviathans. That's our next BO3, scheduled to start 10 minutes ago, so we're probably jumping right into that, guys. Stick around. More playoffs action from Starladder America coming your way.